Let's get some video.
Now that's a small one. There was one.
Yeah, that's a small one.
There was one 4 times bigger than that in there. A giant one. I'm talking about a monster one.
He ain't got a stick.
Yeah, he'll get feisty real quick. Stick your foot down there. Oh, son. He's like, I've had enough of this. You dudes walking around me. Now, if he starts chasing me, I'm going to scream like a girl, okay?
I'll get it on video.
He ain't too feisty. I wonder what his deal is. Usually, they're real feisty, dude. Now, they got a neck like that long, so... He'll jump unannounced. You know what, man?
Could he be? Female, maybe?
She's trying to lay a nest.
I don't know why she'd do it right here.
She's
right out in the open.
She's totally not into us today. She's like, you know what, man? I ain't messing with y'all today. I ain't got time for this. I gotta go lay eggs. Then I gotta go get something to eat. I'm just not with y'all today. I bet if you hooked her, if you caught her on a hook and line, and I think you'd get a reaction out of her. She looks real fat. See how she's...
Her legs.
Yeah, the back side of her legs, or the front side of her
back belly.
She look like she's real fat. Flocking in here. Now, what I'm planning to do here is all this is going into crawfish production, so it's going to stay flooded year round. What I'm debating on doing is it's going to cost me anywhere from $100 in the winter to $200 in the summer to keep that water running. If a solar system finance payment is at or less than what that is, I'm going to buy a solar powered system, and I'm going to snatch that AC powered well out, put a solar system in with a float switch. Because that thing will run every day the sun is out, and it'll run off of ambient light slowly, of course. But it'll run off of ambient light when it's cloudy. So, you've seen my solar panel.
On the other place, yeah.
Yeah, that's my uncle's deal. I'm stocking this pond with fingerling catfish, and we're going to put this feeder out there. About 200, 300 catfish.
Mm-hmm.
When they get up to size to eat, we're going to drag net the pond, and we're going to have a mass catfish cleaning.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, we're going to stock them and feed them just like we farming them. There's already crawfish in here. Stock this with about 60 pounds to the acre.
Yeah.
Leave it flooded. But this riser pipe thing right here happened by accident. When I overfilled the pond and it was topping the levee, I thought I've always wanted to use that as a reserve pond, but when you pump it, you drop it down and it's just a mud pit. But I thought, well, why don't I use that pipe? And so I'm gonna fill it all the way to the levee. This is not glued on, you can pull it right off.
Right.
You can set it to depth if you want to. You can set it right there and it'll control the depth of the pond. Fill it up, slide this off, water goes in, pond goes down to normal level, and I'll flop that water line over in here at the same time as this is running in. You fill your rice field up quick. So that's a little thing I concocted. One of the things I'm endeavoring to do here is I want to show people that you don't need $1 million to build a duck impoundment. I did this with a John Deere 1050 33 horsepower tractor, 1986 model. You can do all, I did it with a box blade. That over there is a Massey Ferguson. That's actually my brother-in-law's tractor, 65 horse tractor with a bucket on the front. I built that levee over there with it. You don't have to have a regular blue collar guy can do this kind of work. If you know, you just got to want to do it. You can do it in a wooded area. If you got woods, you can pile the soil up. You got to have good clay loam soil. You know, it's got to be able to hold water. You can't do it in a sand pit. But anybody can do this, man. It takes a little bit of money. It takes a lot of tractor seat time. You know, I started off with multiple rice paddies in here because of the depth or the slope of the land, and I slowly over the years have consolidated these levees into one. But anybody can do this. You don't have to have a pile of money to build your own duck impoundment. And this is a rice field, but it could also double as a duck impoundment if we were in a rural area, a real rural area. Where
Yeah, more rural than this is. Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody could do this, man. It's not hard.
Now, we were talking earlier before I turned the camera on, and you've seen a few ducks out here. They're, you know, we've seen a few, but nothing to be huntable.
Yeah.
And I would assume because it's, even though we're rural, it's, I mean, we got a house right there.
Yeah, and there's some houses through
Yeah,
there.
and horses and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And she lives, you know, landlady lives over there.
Right.
There's a lot of activity around here now. You know, I'll tell you one thing I've actually thought about doing was planting a really tall, thick cover species. Rice farmers hate Sesbania, but Sesbania is a very good cover species. It's very low maintenance. It's a legume, so it fixes nitrogen to the soil. It's easy to kill with the right herbicide too. So what I thought about doing was planting a thick hedge all the way around these impoundments with Sesbania, and then in the middle plant your food species. Everywhere I've seen Sesbania growing in thick patches, when it gets flooded, the ducks will pile in there by the hundreds. I mean, at the refuge,
Yeah.
everywhere they had a thick Sesbania patch, and the biologists will tell you, oh, it's just for cover. Ducks need cover.
Yep.
And everywhere I've seen it, I went out at the bluff unit at the refuge riding with them, and I'm like, where are the ducks? Well, you'll see them in a minute. Well, when we got around there where the Sesbania patch was growing, the place just erupted. Just
birds everywhere, yeah.
It was all different species. So even if you're in an area that's kind of maybe a little bit questionable, I don't know if I'm gonna get any ducks, that might not be a bad idea. Plant a good cover species. I think that's one of the reasons why the ducks pile in those impoundments up around Somerton. They build those dikes like 8 feet high.
Right.
So ducks don't like to see danger. If they can't see danger, they don't perceive that there's any danger there. Their eyes are how they stay alive.
Right.
So if they don't see danger and they're down in, you know, corn's this high and they're down in the corn, they don't perceive there's any danger. And, I think I could get some ducks to pile in here if I really wanted to.
Right.
I can't plant Sesbania because I'm harvesting a food crop and I can't get Sesbania seeds in the food crop.
Right.
But I've thought about it in the past, just having like a little test area.
Just
Just to see if it works.
You're right.
Yeah. And I'm sure it would. Wadbig Creek's right there. Tons of wood ducks. Tons of wood. Actually, I mean, they change the landscape.
Well, just a short little conversation with Ty Bodiford, Palmetto State Rice Company. A good friend of mine. Y'all check him out on his channel as well on YouTube, Palmetto State Rice Company. I'll leave a description down below. There's some other videos that me and him have done together. I'll post them somewhere around or whatnot. The fields, he's just starting to work them, so there's nothing in there planted right now. But, you know, here in about another, I don't know, 15, 20 days, he's going to have some rice growing. This is not a duck impoundment. This is actual production rice area. But, you know, he's got a lot of good information, guys. So go check him out on his channel. And we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365.